com, as well as Yvette Kelsey. She's directly from TruAudio, and she'll be the presenter for this webinar. So Yvette, we're ready to start. Welcome to the webinar.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that introduction. I hope everyone can hear me okay. If not, please go ahead and send in a chat. This is going to be a team effort. Miguel is going to help me with the slides. I also have on the call Stephen, who is with TruAudio and Vessel Tech team. He is on this call to help assist with any questions that might come up. So let's get started. I just want to start by saying the reason we chose this title was maximize profits and bring fun. There's always so many webinars that you guys listen to, but there was a couple things I wanted to start with. Could you even imagine a world without audio? Could you imagine watching a movie without the music? Could you imagine having a family party without some music? Or what about those times where you just totally want to relax? Or the times where you might be feeling sad, like something happened in your life? Audio really helps solidify our lives. It brings the joy, it brings the fun, it helps us through all those times. Here at TruAudio and Vessel, we're very, very passionate about music and audio, and that's why we're in this industry. Miguel, can you turn to the next slide? Just a little bit about our story. I talked about our passion for quality audio and bringing communities together and creating that passionate experience. You guys are dealers. This is what you get to bring to your clients. But not only do you bring this amazing experience, which is part of our story, you also get to bring an experience for yourself, and that is growing your business, creating a business where you can offer product with more margin, with more profit. I don't know anyone that's going to say, you know what, I want to go on a job, I want to do all this work, I don't want to make any money. No. We are in business to provide for ourselves and our families, and we're in business to make money as well. You're giving them a great, passionate, wonderful experience, high quality products, but you're also able to give yourself a nice big profit with audio. Just really quick, Miguel, switch to the next slide. Our mission and values, we have always been about the installer. We were created by installers over 20 years ago, and we're for the installers. So we are all about the world-class experience, but we have high integrity, high values, and we really want to make sure you as the installer are protected with a big margin. People cannot go shop TruAudio and Vessel. They have to buy from a professional. Not only do you have a nice big margin, where you can work with Epcom to find your pricing, to see those great big margins, but you can also save time on the installation. There's so many brands out there, but what we do is we look at each product and we say, how can we make this easier and faster for you guys to be able to install? Because if you guys can get in a job and make it easier and it's faster, that's more money again in your pocket. So you're going to be protected by the product by having a huge margin, but also the time to install the product. That's what we're about. You create that amazing experience, your clients are going to love it, you're going to love it, but then on top of that, there's money to be made. Next slide. So what I want to do is jump into TruAudio. So again, this is just an overview of the amazing products that you can offer to your clients. In addition to whatever you're installing, whatever you're creating, you can add audio. So we'll buzz through TruAudio's products. Epcom has access to all the products. They also have access, they have plenty of stock as well to assist you. So in TruAudio, let's buzz through. We start and we call it distributed audio. A lot of times we're focused in the residential market. So this is where you can go in and you can create audio throughout the home. So whether it's like in ceiling, in walls. So we'll start with the in ceiling, or what we call distributed audio. That's throughout the home. We have three main speakers. We want to give you a premium speaker, right? The best of the best. Then we also want to offer you like that mid, still high quality, more budget friendly, or else great quality, a really good speaker, but very budget friendly. So we'll start with the Ghost. So next slide. So on the Ghost, what we've done, this is our best of best. A lot of times people, if you're working on a very high-end project and your client is, I want the best in-ceiling speakers, I want the best sound, you go with our Ghost. This is also used a lot of times in home theaters, in the in-ceilings. But what we've done is we will give you either a poly woofer or a carbon fiber. So you have two options. What we've designed, it's called toolless. So all you're doing is flipping the little knobs and the dog ears grab onto the ceiling and you're done with installation. Super simple. Another thing on this, we have a 7-inch woofer or a 9-inch woofer. The beautiful thing about this is both of them have an 8-inch cutout. So your client can then decide which size it wants to go with, but you only have to do one cutout. This is, again, one of the premium speakers. It's always used like a lot of times in home theater or a high-end home where they're like, we want the best of the best. Next slide. Again, I had mentioned we do everything to make this as quick and as easy as possible. This is the new toolless design. So what it is you just flip the dog ears and we can share videos with you. You can grab one of these speakers, try it out. Super, super simple. We also have a true grip where we don't rely on the spring to hold this in. We've engineered so it locks in and it's not going to move or sag even over time. These speakers all have an amazing warranty. Our failure rate is very, very low. We usually don't even mention it, but on our in-ceiling speakers, they have a limited lifetime warranty. That's how much we believe and know about our speakers. Next slide. Then from there, so you've got the Ghost, and then we have the Phantom. This is one of our top selling speakers around the globe. I manage our international accounts, hands down, this is one of the top. What it does is give you that great, great quality sound, but also it's a professional speaker, but also you get more affordable, so a different price point. It comes in 6-inch or 8-inch. I know this is one of the best sellers for Epcom. I know that they've got plenty of stock in this as well. You have your right and left, but you can also order it in dual voice coil. That is where you have the right and left, you can see in the speaker, in one speaker. That is great for smaller spaces, like maybe a bathroom or maybe an office where it's a little bit smaller, but then you want just to add one speaker, you can do a left and right. So it comes in the dual voice. Next speaker, next slide. From there, we have the Shadow. This is for somebody, they want music, they're really tight on their budget. It's kind of still great quality. It's still way better than anything they're gonna go and buy retail. But this is like, okay, I'm just gonna run audio through the home or through the office. They want it more like background noise. They're not like so particular about the quality. Still great quality, but very, very affordable. So you got Ghost, Phantom, Shadows. Next slide. We then came out with the LF series. This was introduced last year, it took off. At first I was like, why are we doing a 4-inch speaker? Until I heard them. They really pack a punch. They're very, very, very affordable. But why we design these, a lot of architects, they want the audio to match the can lighting, whether it's round or square. So this is the perfect speaker. Very, very budget friendly, but it matches with those can lightings. I was just at a very expensive home over the weekend. I loved how they had the square little LF speakers because it matched with the lighting. It looked great on the speaker. One thing I want to emphasize, our goal is to blend in, right? Blend in with the ceiling. All of our grills are paintable. They're magnetic grills you just pop on. So whether it's the Ghost, the Phantom, any of our speakers, you can paint that grill to match. So if they have a white ceiling, if they have a black ceiling, a tan ceiling, you can go ahead and paint that grill to match. They all come with a white grill, so it's very easy to paint and match the ceiling. Next slide. From there, I want to jump into TruAudio. We are known for custom soundbars. This is something you should be taking advantage of with your clients. Next slide. What it is everyone is buying these amazing TVs, and have you noticed how the sound quality is not quite there? It's so much better when you can add a soundbar, or if you're doing a home theater, you can always go with, if they have a great big room, they want to use it for watching movies, it's always great to add a custom soundbar. Blends in with the TV. We custom cut right in United States, Utah, to match the length of the TV. It only takes 2 to 3 business days to cut that. You have a left, center, right. But on this, again, you're running the wires through. We make this as easy as possible. We have a little lever that's easy to adjust it so it fits perfectly against the TV, and we can share all these videos to show you as well. This is one I would definitely take advantage of. It just adds that really professional, clean look to your projects. Next screen. I gotta watch the time as well. We're jumping into home theater. Now in our home theater category, a lot of times you run the in-ceilings all the time, but we also, if you have a client that says, well, I want to set up a home theater, we have you covered on that as well. Next screen. Again, what we want to do is offer you 2 different price points. So in our premium home theater, Miguel, if you can switch to the next screen, we have our Elite series. And this comes, again, the quick release dog ears, easy to pop into the wall. You don't even have to have a tool to plug, attach it in. Very, very easy. So it comes in the carbon fiber. This is really your premium. I was just at a home show. We have multi-million-dollar homes, and a lot of them are using like the Elite series in their homes for the in-walls in their home theater. Next slide. But we also want to give you another option. So we also give you the GHT. This is another great option, more affordable, budget friendly for home theater, the GHT series. I was just at a multi-million-dollar home. I was in this, they had the speakers on the side, a center, a left and right. They had in-ceiling speakers. I was like, this sound is incredible. It was our GHT series. So I would definitely, if you need budget friendly, do not be shy to offer this GHT series. It really does sound incredible. Next slide. In home theater, we also for in-ceiling our Rev series. This is great where you can really point the sound at the direction. So if you've got your seats and you've got in-ceiling speakers, this is great to give you that directional sound so you can make sure it points at the main listening area and they can get that full surround sound. Next screen. I want to jump in. With all of this, of course we offered the subwoofers, and I know a lot of people are all about that bass, and especially whether you're doing home theater or music, and when the bass drops, you really want to feel it and hear it. So we offer a line of bass called the DFS. Well, before I jump to that, go to the next slide. Again, with the home theater, you can also do in walls. So a lot of, especially the wives, they don't want anything on the floor, or the architects. We do have in-wall subwoofers, so you can build that in. You can add a bass enhancer that will give you 3 dB more. So we've got you definitely covered. Next slide. Or we can jump into floor subwoofers, the downfiring. They come in a 10-inch or 12-inch. These are now available, white or black. And again, you can just use it with in-ceiling speakers. It doesn't even have to be in a home theater. This could just be in like a great room or a kitchen area or a party area. So great, great application. It is powered. So nice to have that. Next category, next slide. We're gonna jump into outdoor audio. I'm looking at the time, I wanna make sure we cover. Outdoor audio, one of my favorite. It sounds incredible, and I know there's a lot of like warmer weather and fiestas and family gatherings, or even just outdoors relaxing. We have you covered. Or if you wanna watch that soccer game or football, like it is so fun to watch it over your outdoor speakers. You have your TV out there and be able to listen it throughout the whole outdoor area. it just really adds to that experience. Next screen. In outdoor, we've got a couple different products to offer. We have these patio speakers. They're called our OPs. They're really sleek looking. One thing I love about these is they have a coaxial tweeter. So no matter where you're at in the yard, you're going to have a balanced sound. You're not going to have pockets of sound. It will be a nice, smooth, even. We also have the bass enhancing radiator. You do not even need to add a subwoofer. This speaker will pack a lot of punch. Next slide. On this speaker, again, always looking for ways to make it easier for you. You'll actually do a wall mount. You mount the wall, run the speaker wires, and then you pop the speaker on. We make it as easy as possible. I can show you some videos on this. My thing is get these speakers and try them. This is one of my favorite speakers. The sound is incredible. Next slide. From there, we also came out with this Ultrascape system. You have a couple options on this system. 4-inch satellite speakers with a 10-inch subwoofer or 6.5-inch satellite speakers with a 12-inch subwoofer. The subwoofer is buried. You can do it horizontal or vertical. This is designed around smaller spaces, or you can expand these kits out from 4 speakers up to 8, 1 subwoofer, and you can add another one. It is a set, so it's expandable. But this runs in ohms, so it's more budget friendly. Great for smaller yards. You're pointing the noise in, so you're not disrupting the neighbors. It's just a great, easy system. Easy to run, parallel wiring on the speakers into the sub to the amp. We can show you all of that. We've got training videos. We have an awesome tech team to help you out on the installation. Again, budget friendly. You're running in ohms, so you can use a less expensive amp. It will really pack a punch. Next slide. I'm watching the time, we gotta keep moving. A lot of people are building and they have outdoor patio areas or outdoor kitchen areas or casitas, and they want in-ceiling speakers. And we do have the Phantom, what is called Element. It's a nano protecting coat, it's proprietary. This will withstand, all of our outdoor will withstand the elements, like the wind, the dust, the rain, the snow, the cold, the sun. So we've got you covered on your outdoor, especially even in marine areas with a lot of salt water. This will withstand all of that. No rusting. All of our outdoor audio has a 5-year warranty as well. Next screen, let's move into landscape. I just want to put this in there. Let's jump into the next slide, just so I can show you. This is important. We have 4.5-inch, 6.5-inch, 8-inch landscape speakers, and then burial subwoofers or hardscape subs. The reason I wanted to show you this is it runs in ohms or 100 volt or 70 volt. A lot of times international, it's 100 volt. This is scalable. We can help you with free design, but this you can go from 2 speakers to hundreds. If you're doing a great big resort area, we can help you design that. You can run different zones, like one zone around the pool, one zone around the sitting area, one zone around the TV or outdoor living area. This is scalable, and we can definitely help you through it. This does jump up quite a bit in price because you need to move to an amplifier that can run 100 volts. Plus, you're really paying for it. This can withstand any of those commercial systems you might even see in hotels and pools. We see these go in golf courses, homes, if they're outdoor living. Next screen, next slide. So you have your burial subs in 10-inch and 12, and then you also have a hardscape sub for those areas where it's concrete or pavement or you don't want to bury the sub. We have you covered. Next slide. This is the Terra Tower. This is coming. You want great big towers to put on your patio next to an outdoor screen or just to have like a really fun party. We've got you covered with, this is one that we're looking at bringing. This will be new, where you'll have a base and 16 marine grade tweeters, 4 midwoofers. I mean, this will have you covered. And again, if you're looking at who this competes next to, we have the competition beat on price for you guys, definitely. Let's move quickly into the next category, which is our commercial. In commercial, if you're doing restaurants, warehouses, you name it, recreation areas, gyms, office buildings, we do have a whole line that can cover 100 volt as well as, or run it in ohms. So next slide, we have our beat drops. They're 8-inch polys. I love these. These are my, anytime you have an open ceiling, they come in black or white. This is great. Give you that great, the bigger you go on the woofer, the more low tones. So you have more bass. You have the mid, the highs, as well as those lows. Just great quality sound. I've seen these go in a lot of commercial areas, even homes. Just a beautiful sound. Next slide, we also have the in ceiling if you need to run 100 volts. So you've got a restaurant or you've got a small office. They just want background noise. They're going to play music. You've got to run long wires. With 100 volt, you can run the longer wires. You also can daisy chain, which makes it really easy. Next slide. You then also have it in a wall mount speaker. Again, I had a project where they were doing a huge industrial building. They wanted wall mount speakers on the outside to blast out to the public. So they wanted to run it in 100 volt where they could just daisy chain speaker to speaker, run about 20 speakers. This is a great option. Next slide. TruAudio also offers amplifiers. Miguel, let's go to the next slide. We can do anything from a 2-channel, 100 watts, or a 16 channel with 8 zones. We've got you covered on the amplifiers, so we can help you with plenty of power. Any questions? Our tech team is available, as well as the EPCOM team. Miguel, let's jump over to VSSL now. Couple slides down. I want to make sure we have time on VSSL. I'm hoping a lot of you guys have heard of VSSL. So this is where we can give you an option to compete against, we always hear the word Sonos. This will give you an option for your streaming amplifiers, your wireless systems, where you can now offer your client great sound, great quality, but you in return can have a huge margin compared to Sonos. You can offer a brand that they can't go shop you. This is a professional brand that cannot be picked up at any of your retail locations. This is for you to offer as a professional. In the X series, we have different amps. Let's go to the next slide. We have an A1 where you can have a single zone 2-channel amplifier. So not only is it the amp, when I say it's a streaming amplifier, it has a chipset built in so you can stream from any music app through Wi-Fi. So it's like that smart home technology. That is what your customer wants. They want to be able to pick up their phone, play Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, and then through AirPlay 2 or Google Chromecast, play it in whatever zone they're at. So we have the A1. Go to the next slide. We also have an A3 and an A6. This gives you 3 zones, 6 channels. So you could have the kitchen, the family room, the bedroom. So 3 separate music zones. This amp is powering the in-ceiling speakers, and then you can stream the same song or show across all 3 zones, or your kids could listen to their Apple Music in one room. You could be listening to your Spotify music in another room. This is where the world is going. They want that capability to stream any music to any zone. Next slide. We also have it in an A6, which is 6 zones, 12 channels. Again, giving you 50 watts per channel. Just simple to use. Looks like we're getting low on time. Let's go to the last couple slides. I want to make sure you see the SX, the VSSL SX. So
if you have, sorry, but if you have more info to tell to our customers, you are able to do it. We have enough time, no problem with that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm like buzzing through, but I also want to make sure we have time for questions. So let's jump to the next slide. This is where I think it's fun. This is where you guys can go head to head and compete against the other competitors out there, like Sonos, for example. Yes, your customers know about it, but they are relying on you as the professional to help guide them. This is where I would love for you guys to try this in your own homes, to get familiar with it, build that confidence, and be able to offer it to your clients. What we did is we came out with a wireless soundbar. So a soundbar that has a wireless subwoofer and wireless speakers. Let's go to the next slide, Miguel. On the wireless soundbar, I want to be really clear. We spent a long time on the technology. We know the word out there is Atmos, and that's a buzzword. We know that. But what we did is we used a technology called BMR drivers, balance mode radiators. And on the balance mode radiators, what it does is a technology, very high quality sound, but wherever you're at in the room, you have the perfect listening experience. So whether you're sitting on the side of the couch or you might be moving around in the back, you have this whole balance. There's no pockets of sound. You can really hear the quality. It does have the HDMI eARC. You can mount this on the wall or set it on a counter. A great sound bar for all your movies as well as audio. This Dolby DTS certified. This has the Wi-Fi capabilities built in. So again, you can stream your music if you want to use this for audio. You can stream through any music app, Spotify, Apple, Pandora, whatever music app. But then you can also watch your movies through this soundbar as well, hooking it up to the TV. This makes it really easy. This controls, they are powered. So with this, you don't need to worry about an amplifier. It's already built in. Let's go to the next slide. From there, this is the subwoofer. This has, when you're at a trade show or when you're working with Upcom, you can actually see and hear the product, but this has the dual voice, the dual ports. So it's really fascinating how they engineer this. They did a 10-inch fiberglass driver. But as you can see, it's standing up. So it comes with a little rack, so you can stand it up and slide it next to a bookshelf. It's thin, get it out of the way. But you can also take it out of that little rack and slide it under a couch. Some people put in a master bedroom, put it under the bed. So it's out of the way. But this subwoofer really gives you those low tones. And you can adjust the bass enhancer as well. But this has that technology built in to give you a really, really an amazing experience with the bass. Especially like, that is my favorite thing. When people come over, I love to show it off. And I have like a couple songs, and right when that bass drops, they're like, whoa, I felt that. So that's what we want to do, is create that experience. Next slide. We also have the speakers. So you can create a 5.1 system. You can use a sound bar, your left, center, right. So this is like say you have a great room, you can set up a little mini theater. And then you can put the two speakers in the back, the rears. So you get that surround effect. And then the subwoofer for the bass. These speakers are so perfect for that 5.1 system. You can even expand this out to 7.2. You can add 4 speakers, a soundbar, and 2 subs. So you can expand this system out. The other thing is, these speakers can also stand on their own. So like for me in my office, I can have just 2 speakers, right? The speaker, one of them will act as the master, where you can stream, and it has the technology built in, so you can stream from any platform. Again, Spotify, Pandora, Apple, any of those music apps through this speaker, Wi-Fi. Or you can put it into a set like a 5.1 with the soundbar, and then the soundbar will act as the master. So next slide. I also wanted to show this cute little SX sync. So this is the cool thing. You have the soundbar. You're trying to help your customer create like a home theater. Like here where I live, a lot of people have a kitchen that expands out with a TV room. They call it like the great room. And you have the soundbar, and you have 2 in-ceiling speakers. You can create the 5.1 with the sync. This would attach into the amplifier that's powering the in-ceiling speakers, and then from there, it's a radio frequency that talks with the sound bar to create that 5.1 system. So I know this was like fast buzzing through the products, but this is just to give you an overview. We have tons of videos to show how to install. We have an amazing tech team. We have manuals, as well as you have your EPCOM team to assist. For me, hearing is believing. The number one thing for me is hear the audio, get your hands on it, build that confidence. So when you're working on a project, you can easily talk to them about audio and add it on. And you know, you're giving them that fun experience, but you're also able to make a large amount of money. The installation is easy, as well as the nice large margins profit. So that's kind of like a great quick overview. But I really, since I have Stephen on the phone, I really want to ask you guys if there are any questions or anything that we can answer at this time.
Let's check on the questions, and thank you so much, Babette, for sharing all this valuable information about TruAudio and VSSL. So now let's take a time. If you have on the dashboard on the right side of your screen, please double check on the questions panel, and you can send us any questions that you have about the products, or if you have a project coming up where you're going to be using TruAudio or VSSL, please just send us your information, and we'll be happy to help you. So let's check if we have any questions. I think it's all clear, and by the moment we don't have any questions, but then we'll be sending the recording for this session to your email, and also we're going to be uploading it to our YouTube channel, EPCOM USA. So if we have any other questions like that, we'll be sending you the information to your email.
Wonderful, and thank you guys for your time, and thank you, Miguel, for presenting the slides, and Victor, you guys. We love working with the EPCOM team. It's a great product, and they're a great partner.
Thank you so much as well. We're very, very happy to have this session, and we'll hope to have more in the future. So thank you again, Yvette, and thank you so much, Miguel, for helping us with the information. Mr. Lance, thank you for being here in this session. And well, thank you to everyone for taking the time this morning to join us for this TruAudio and VSSL session. We hope to see you in our next webinars. So thank you, everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.